Hey, how's it going everyone? This is DCSU81 and today I'm very excited to be taking a look at this Marvel Legends The Maximum Series Spider-Man. So I do aware that this is one of the most expensive Marvel Legends Spider-Man that has ever been released. So a lot of you guys has been very skeptical about whether is this worth the price? Is this worth the hype of getting a Spider-Man where they call it X Maximum? Yup, so this is what I'm going to find out. As you guys know, I'm a big Spider-Man fan, so I must get this. They also released a Maximum series of Hulk, which I think I might not need that because I already have the 2-pack Hulk and Wolverine. They say it's pretty much the same except for the soft chest part. Yeah, so let's take a look at this. I just love the box here, and you can see the big window looking very good with all the good views of what you'll be getting. At the side of the box, which is pretty cool, I just love this picture that they use. The other side does show a very good looking squatting pose. At the top it just says Maximum Series Spider-Man. The bottom is nothing much except for a bunch of mumbo jumbo. And at the back of the box is something rather surprising because I thought they would actually give us more pictures on the accessories and the poses, but it's just one picture, which I think it looks rather good as well. So let's get him out. Before I show you the figure, I'd like to show you the inner box. You can see that there is also like a backdrop that is given, and this time around I feel that it's quite special because you can see like all the something like a comic, and it's actually very nicely done. Is when it reflected off the light, you can see that wow, this whole thing like it just comes to life. This is really nice. There's a Daredevil comics here, and a Marvel Legends series, and some Spider-Man, but it's just a piece of cardboard, unfortunately. You can still put your Spider-Man in front of it, maybe it still looks good. And another thing that I'd like to share with you guys, which I find it rather interesting, is that you see this is the very normal plastic tray that holds the figure, but take a look on this side when I take it off at the back. Yup, these two pairs of hands are actually hiding behind another plastic tray. Yeah, that's pretty weird. When we put it together, it looks like they are all on the same places. Yeah, this is kind of cool, like it's like a magic. Okay, so this is the Maximum Spider-Man right out of the box. Wow, just looks great, but somehow I just doesn't dig the darker navy blue that they use. It just makes the whole figure looks kind of darkish. I prefer the lighter blue that is bringing out the comical looks of the Spider-Man. This one just makes him looks a bit serious with the more darker color, but nevertheless it does being painted rather nicely. You can see the muscle definitions on the body itself, very nicely painted, I would say. Even the spider webbings is being painted nicely. Yup, this is just good quality kind of things. You can see even the plastics is reflecting lights of it. Looks very premium. It just feels very good, and it does have a little bit of weight. Yup, but unfortunately it's just, you know, smooth surface. There is no details on it, like, you know, how SH figures or Mayfax, when you touch them it just feels very nice. This one is just smooth plastic all over, but it still looks great, don't get me wrong. And even the boots area just looks very nice, and I can see that it's packed with joints for articulation. I just can't wait to get to that part later. And this Spider-Man logo at the back is looking very good as well. I just I mean they saved this figure by using the kind of red that I like, just that the blue I find it too dark, and the red is still fine, luckily. And let's take a look at the head. Yeah, looking pretty good there. Yeah, you can even see from the side there is a nose there. Yep, and then goes down to the mouth part. Very nicely sculpted, I would say. Yeah, and the webbings is pretty well done for the head as well. So the whole figure is being painted rather nicely. Yeah, very kind of feels premium about it. Well, the price is premium nevertheless. And we'll move on to the articulation. I'll start with the head as always. So you can look to the right, looks to the left, looking up. Yes, pretty good. You can do some crawling pose with this Spider-Man. Looking down is even better. Oh my goodness. And he does have a separate neck from the body, so he can move rather easily. For his hand, he can go 360 degree, no problem. There's a butterfly joints, so I believe this one, wow, can you see that? It can go all the way to the back and even crunch all the way to the front as well. Yes, this is how he show off his muscle. Yeah, and of course you can go sideways more than 90 degrees, which is great. And there's a bicep shovels, double joint elbow. Oh my goodness, this is so good. And there is also an additional points of articulation right over here. This is something new. Yep, and also the hands can turn it 360 degree, going up and down without any problem. And this is also something new. We have a torso cruncher here. You can actually rock it side to side, going front and back. And at the waist is for the ab cruncher. Yeah, you can't actually turn it sideways anymore, but you can actually do a very good crunching forwards, bend forward. Yep, pretty okay. And bending backwards, oh my goodness, this is even better. Okay, so I'm just hoping you can actually bend forward a little bit more, but this is the best you can do. And for the legs part, of course, there's no oh, okay, I'm wrong once again. There is a pull down mechanism. This is also something new for Marvel Legends. Look at how big of a gap is, and let's see how well I can kick forward. Wow, okay, this is definitely good, more than 90 degrees. What about if I never pull it down? Yeah, about slightly more than 90 degrees if I never pull it down. And kicking backwards is just slightly, but if you pull it down, yeah, pulling it down doesn't help with the kicking backwards because it's actually obstructed by his butt cheek. And there's a cuts here for the tight shivers, a double joint knee. Yes, wow, okay, this is pretty good as well. And like the arms, I think this is another new articulation. You can see that. Yeah, you can even turn it at the legs here. And yeah, okay, mine is kind of tight. And there's an ankle rocker. You can actually turn it side to side, going up and down. And he just comes with toe hinges this time. This is rather good. Marvel Legends don't usually comes with the toe hinges. And let's see if you can do a split. Yep, pretty good one, even without pulling the legs down. Okay, so now once I do it, the legs is coming down automatically. Yep, so this is what he can do. Almost a perfect split, I would say. This is pretty awesome. Wow, I think this is a rather well packed articulations for a Spider-Man. And next we'll move on to the accessory, which we have a lot to talk about. I'll start with the hands as always. So it does come with a pair of close fist hands that's already on the figure, pair of web shooting hands, another pair of web shooting hands with a webbing attached to it. I kind of love this one because they actually mix it differently. A pair of holding hands for holding on to the webbings, pair of wall crawling hands, and lastly another pair of human hands whereby he is testing out his webbings. This is rather nice. I believe this is something new from the Marvel Legends. As for the webbing, he just comes with this rather odd looking webbings. I believe he used this to attack the enemies. This is another webbing which I kind of like it because this you can use it on various photography whereby you can attach it to the enemy heads or something. It looks very cool. He also comes with this web shield that he used to protect himself. And you can see there's something here to attach to his arm, something like the Captain America shield, which looks very nice. Two long webbings, which is very soft like noodles. Yeah, this is for the web swinging pose. It also comes with a stand, which I believe is meant for holding on to these webbings. Yeah, I'll show you guys later. And he also comes with this alternate mask head. Let's compare because they both looks rather similar, but when you compare them side by side, it's a rather different expression altogether. He also comes with this fully unmasked Peter Parker head, whereby they didn't give the mask. Yeah, since they give an unmasked head, they should give an empty Spider-Man mask for him to hold on to, but unfortunately this has been missed out even though they give tons of accessory. Yeah, that's kind of bummer, you see. He even fainted on that. This last one is also my favorite piece of accessory, which is the spider sense tingling effects. This looks pretty good. Just attach it on top of the head and it looks great. I'll show you guys later as well. So as you can see, this Maximus Spider-Man, this comes with tons of accessory for you to play with, excluding this Mayday Parker. And next we'll try out some of the accessories onto the figure. I'll start with the hands as always, so you just need to pull it out and just slot in the hands that you want to, as easy as that. Wow, this one is looking pretty neat. And next I'd like to try on these very soft webbings that he can hold on to. I just don't really understand why they have to make it so soft. I mean, it just looks weird with the soft webbings. It's supposed to be kind of like you know, hard, so that you can actually pose him something like this, but now you have to use your hands to hold on to it, because if not it will just and to use this web shoe, basically you just have to pop it to his wrist, something like this. That's pretty cool. It looks like Captain America. And for this stand, basically you just need to attach this webbing. There's a hole there. Let me see, I saw it just now. So there you go, there's a hole here. It's very hard to see even with my naked eyes, but there is a hole there. Yep, so you can actually use it something like this. And now I understand why they actually give the extra articulations on the arms, is because you can actually remove it to interchange with these hands. Yep, so that's what it meant for. Wow, looking pretty cool. Let's remove this as well and attach with this arm. Okay, so this looks pretty good with the human hands. At least it's somehow different than the usual Spider-Man that you have in your collections. And let's try to interchange the head. Basically you just need to pop it off and pop in another head. Wow, which is rather hard. Okay, yeah, so this is how he looks like with the other heads. And let's try with the Peter Parker unmasked head, which looks pretty good, especially with the human arms as well. Yep, so once again you can actually use this in your collections, which will looks like he's still, you know, not fully in the Spider-Man suit yet. I just like this looks. Yeah, very nice. At least something different in my collections. And next is something which I wanted to know, whether we can actually fit this on the human head. I know this is meant for the mask head, but I'm just curious whether it actually fits on the human head as well. Let's see. I don't think so. Yeah, it just doesn't really fit on it. Oh, it does. Okay, it does. Yeah, you can actually use it on the human as well. But he just looks funny because, you know, he doesn't have the concerned look on him. He looks very happy with this. Usually it's a very concerning when he have the spider sense tingling, but this one just looks too happy for it. As for the Spider-Man head, it fits on perfectly. Wow, this is just very nice looking. It also works for this other head as well. Nice. My spider sense is tingling. Please click on the likes button. Okay, so for the size comparison, I like to compare with some Marvel Legends. I do have this Pizza Spider-Man, as well as this The Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. And moving on, next we have this Mayfax Comic Spider-Man, as well as this City Toys Comic Spider-Man. And lastly, let's compare with this SH Figuarts Giant Spider-Man, aka Peter B. Parker. I know the Mayday Parker looks a bit disturbing without the hands and the legs, because it's actually right over here. And also I like to compare with this Sentinel Toys Peter B. Parker. Okay, so wow, I think they scale pretty well except for this giant here. Okay, so for my final verdict, I would totally recommend this Maximum Spider-Man, even though the price is a bit high, but I do feel that you get what you paid for in terms of the overall look, the articulations, the accessory, everything seems to be making it more worthwhile for every penny that you spend. I know a lot of you guys will disagree with me because this is indeed a very expensive, especially for a Marvel Legends Spider-Man. And the fact that it actually costs the same as the Maximum Hulk, which was recently released. But if you're a big Spider-Man fan and you don't have any Spider-Man figure at this moment, I do think that you should pick up this one here. But if you really have tons of Marvel Legends Spider-Mans in your collection, yeah, probably you can skip this one out. But nevertheless, I do recommend it to be added into your collection because it does looks great with tons of accessories for you to play with. So I do hope that you enjoy this review, and I'll catch you guys again in my next video. I hope you guys will check out this video right over here. Pew 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 pew.